back, and we move on to our next topics. A Ferrari slammed into a policeman's motorbike, and he left the scene, and he has been arrested.
He's also being charged with drunken driving.
Yeah, he had. So if he still had 63 milligrams 12 hours after the accident,
Well, he
what
could have
was
been.
it at the point of accident?
Maybe they'll say he was drinking during the daytime after.
No, okay, no. 200 kilometers and even 100 kilometers an hour on Sukhumvit Road. How often can you do that? How can you do that? There's so many people on that road.
Probably do it at 5 a.m. in the morning when there's no other
At 5 a.m.
traffic.
people are going to school.
No, and if you're driving a Ferrari as well, I imagine it's very easy to get up to 200. It probably takes about 11 seconds.
Well,
maybe.
again, it's
seconds.
about road safety. I think everyone has to be more careful on the road. It's unfortunate that the incident, took the life of a police officer, and I think, right now the family, the Vitaya family is really handling the situation by way of trying to,
Yes, the father went to pay
the
respects.
funeral, and actually
the driver also went to pay respects, at the funeral. Only in Thailand, where you have the driver who killed someone, actually can go and pay respects at the funeral. I mean, in other countries, if the driver turns up, you're probably beaten up by the relatives. So perhaps because what we talked about earlier, compensation is in play here. We're talking about the rich compensating the family of the dead policeman for the loss.
No, I think it's just that first of all, I think you have to be fair to the both sides. I mean, you have a loss of a police officer, and the police are investigating, and they're gathering evidence. And in also the Gating Dang, the Youth Vitaya family is also, I think, trying to manage the social calm in a way that they.
So do you think the policeman who tried to arrest the family driver as a scapegoat will get a harsher penalty than the guy who was actually driving the car?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think they
Take
are.
a guess. What do you think is going to
well,
happen?
I mean, I cannot take a guess, because I think
His
right now
penalty
just
they
speculate.
right now
harder,
You can
for sure.
speculate.
He
You can speculate.
He
Go
will
ahead.
be terminated from his job,
No,
a
but
job that he's been at
also-
for
okay,
years.
Adrian,
Yeah.
Do you think who's going to get
Unfortunately, the
dealt with more harshly?
policeman who
Yeah.
tried to arrest a scapegoat will probably
He'll lose his job.
lose his job. Yeah,
He'll lose his pension,
that's right.
and he might even do jail time. Right?
Maybe, I'm not sure about jail time, but
Probably
he'll
not.
definitely lose his job and his pension.
Well,
so
I mean,
he's
let's-
going to
let's
be
let-
suffering more than
let's wait for the investigation.
people are
for
already
both.
saying. Suspended 2-year sentence.
Well, is that your pick on the sentencing?
I'm not a judge, but look at the way things were handled. 200 policemen surrounded a house to arrest a rich guy who hit another policeman.
Well, let's wait
when we
until
talk
the-
about gambling den somewhere, one policeman goes check it out, not 200.
Well, let's wait.
That's
let's-
overreaction.
I don't know. I think we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I think we might see this one as a real test case, because there's been so much furore over these kind of cases where privileged and wealthy people are allegedly doing bad stuff and getting away with it.
That's right.
So sooner or later, someone has to be made an example of. I
Don't
guess.
ever buy a Ferrari for your kid, Jay.
No. Okay,
let's
we've
take
got to
your
move on.
Ferrari.
What's the next topic?
Next, we are
Adrian?
talking about the recent incident in the South. Again, we come back to
Okay.
the South, and apparently on the 31st of August, which happened to be the Independence Day of the 50th Independence Day of Malaysia, as well as the anniversary of the Bersatu Movement Foundation, 100 over incidents occurred in the South. 100
Right.
over incidents of disruption and a bit of violence and some flags, Malaysian flags were put up, Thai flags were burned, some bombs went off. 100 cases in one day. What's going on here? 100
Yeah,
cases
what is
in
going
one
on?
day.
What is going down there? Going on down there, Jenny?
Well, the army chief said that it's the unrest cannot be cannot go away, but he didn't give the solution as how he will able to handle the situation, because it's a continued unrest and a lot of money has been put in.
So they're planting all these
100.
Malaysian flags.
Yeah.
Okay, they're burning Thai flags and they're planting these Malaysian flags, and some of them are also being booby trapped as well. So when Thai soldiers or local people go to remove them, they could potentially get injured or killed.
100 incidents, Jay. 100
yeah, but
incidents.
I mean,
it's coordinated.
But how can they find the time to plant all these flags?
Exactly. When there are
they
patrols,
do it in the middle of the night.
There are patrols, there are checkpoints, there are cops, there are soldiers. And how did 100 incidents take place in one day under the eyes of the security forces? How?
The security forces need to be more effective in dealing with the unrest. I think it's the continued unrest is wasting a lot of lives, and it's the money is being spent. It's just overspending of everything, and it's
what I want to know is why is this happening? I mean, I've been in Thailand for 17 years now, and sort of for the first half of that period there was a little bit of unrest in the south, but it seems that in the last 7-8 years that it's really just flared up, and every year it seems to get worse and worse and worse. No matter what they do, there seems to be no end to it now. It's death, violence, death, beheadings, shootings, burnings, bombings, almost on a daily basis now.
Well, I think the problem has always been there, because of the established separatist movement. But at the same time, the handling of the situation, has to be coordinated. The budget has to be spent more wisely. And at the same time, I think, the society is demanding, like you said, why?
Well, I mean, it's been going on for so long. I mean, every year intelligence gathering and effective reply to violence or response should be getting.
Are they sending 200 policemen to surround the house?
No, but they should be learning from their mistakes and combating it more effectively. I mean, we've talked about this before. I mean,
we did.
Sending soldiers out on patrol on motorcycles, it's not the way to go. If you're scared of being shot at or bombed, it should be in armored vehicles, armored Land Rovers. I mean, we've got the history of terrorist violence all around the world that they could learn from. Get armored Land Rovers, get more Humvees or something. For God's sake, don't drive around on motorcycles and get blown up.
The Prime Minister visited the South this week to check on progress by itself. 500 policemen provided security. 500 policemen providing security to all the innocent people on a daily basis in the South.
Hey, you're talking about protecting the Prime Minister.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't disagree.
It's easy to protect. I mean, it should be relatively simple to protect one person that you have to protect, but you can't protect a whole population.
I understand, but they had soldiers protecting monks, they had soldiers protecting schools. You had simple targets to do it, but again, some of them failed.
Well, it seemed like the groups who are responsible for the bombs and for the attacks, it's getting a hold of, it's doing a better job. Is it that
easy to build a bomb? You
yes,
can.
Yes,
it is that easy. It is that easy.
I
mean, you just get it off the internet, get it off YouTube, and you can do it. I mean, you don't know what kind of backing these guys down there are getting, what kind of resources they have at their disposal, because most of the time, whenever they attack and disable an army patrol, they take away the weapons, they take away the flak jackets, the hand grenades, whatever, the ammunition. Don't forget that army camps have been raided. Remember one of the incidents that kicked all this off about 7, 8 years ago, or 9 years ago even, was when that army camp was raided late at night and 400 M16s were stolen with ammunition. I mean, they had certainly kind of recovered all of them. So, I mean, there's a lot of weapons out there.
Well, there's definitely one that's floating around now. The policeman that got hit by the Ferrari, they couldn't find his gun as well. So, one of them is going all the way to the south, perhaps, then.
I don't know. Okay. I'm not really sure where we're going with that, but we're going to take another break, and we'll be back right after this with more of the topics.
They can never break your pride.